Hi, this is Brian with Advanced Data Recovery. In this video, we're going to go over quickly what a head swap looks like and basically how to do it. Some of the steps have been shortened to reduce time, like pre-removing the screws. Here we'll point out some of the major components of the inside of an HDD or hard disk drive. Feel free to pause this at any time if you need to go over the parts a little further. Alright, so the first step is to remove the screws out of the IC board logic, and then you want to go ahead and wedge your heads apart. An easy way to do this at home is to use Q-tips. They work pretty well. Notice how he's using his fingers to support the actuator arm, that way keeping the heads more stationary. When wedging the heads apart, also be very careful. The heads are very delicate themselves and you don't want them touching each other or anything else for that matter. Alright, the next step is to remove a magnet. You can use a pair of pliers for this, but be careful, they're very powerful. Now you need to remove the actuator arm stop. As a side note, when you hear a clicking sound coming out of a drive, that's usually the actuator arm hitting the stop, which makes the clicking sound. Once you have everything disconnected, gently wiggle the actuator arm assembly off of the axis. Usually they pop off fairly easily, but sometimes they can stick a little bit. At this point, you're going to get your other drive and do the exact same procedure again. One of the biggest challenges to a head swap isn't necessarily doing the physical head swapping, it's matching the parts. It's not usually as easy as getting a matching model number. You must know the compatibility requirements before you get a parts drive. Again, remove the magnet using a standard pair of needle nose pliers, which is fine. As a side note, some models do have a fastener that goes down the axis of the actuator arm that would need to be removed. This one in this case does not. Now carefully slide your new head assembly into the old chassis. Also, a tricky part is sliding the heads back onto the parking ramp. You don't want to force them because they are very fragile. Alright, at this point now we're going to put everything back down and we're going to replace the magnet. You also want to be very careful when you do this part, as the magnets are very powerful. Alright, now you just want to button everything up, pull all your stuff out, and you're done. Now remember, if you have any questions, you can always give us a call at 1-800-450-9282, and happy head swapping.